Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for your attention. My name is Rob Lindeman from Liberty Consulting. I'm here to present strategic recommendations prepared for you, the board of directors only, and this is confidential. This is the summary of this report. iGenius, your financial education and technology sector, is still your core engine. It is profitable, but that is shrinking. Your blockchain mining business and the nascent health and wellness segment are small, and they are currently making losses. The consolidated Investview has tipped into a modest net loss this year. Our recommendations, which I will repeat at the end, are to stabilize iGenius membership, simplify your product value story, rationalize non-core segments, strengthen compliance, and tighten capital allocation and general administrative costs. Here are your current positions that are drawn from your own SEC filings. In iGenius, the 2024 gross revenue was $47.1 million, and that is down from the $56.6 million gross revenue in 2023. In the first 9 months of 2025, the revenue was $23.7 million with a solid segment profit. However, it is down a substantial amount from the same period in 2024. In your blockchain mining segment, there is modest revenue, and you are showing an operating loss in the 9 months of 2025. In the nascent health and wellness segment, there is modest revenue and an operating loss for the last 9 months. And then the consolidated overview, total net revenue is approximately $29 million and a small net loss. Now, coning down to look at iGenius memberships, your estimated average revenue per user is between $240 and $260 per active member per month, and that's centered around $260. You have disclosed more than 15,000 global customers and members. That is as of October 2024. Your implied active subscriber base of 15,000 in 2024 would then shrink to a 10K average for the first 9 months of 2025 and 9,000 in the third quarter of 2025. Your subscription churn appears to be outpacing recruitment over the last year by approximately 2 to 2.5 to 1. iGenius is profitable, but its revenue is in decline. The member base has shrunk materially since 23-24. Your non-core segments, that is your blockchain mining, your health and wellness segments, are consuming cash and segment profit. Furthermore, you have some regulatory overhang from past SEC matters, and this is increasing your risk if the business model is not tightened. If iGenius continues shrinking and your non-core segments remain loss makers, you have a very small likelihood of sustained profitability. So here is our first recommendation. Treat iGenius explicitly as a subscription business with a software as service style key performance indicators. Make churn, net adds, ARPU, and cohort retention your top level management metrics. We're going to recommend that you redesign incentives around 90-day and 12-month retention and product usage, not just new enrollments. Your overhaul for the first 90 days, structured onboarding, a clear value path, and usage-based engagement campaigns. And then finally, introduce a lower cost downshift tier to catch at-risk members instead of losing them altogether. Recommendation number 2. You should position iGenius as a financial education with tools and add-ons, not primarily as an income opportunity. Simplify your pricing tiers. Align benefits and messaging with what a non-distributor customer would pay for. Reduce your dependence on large one-time packs that boost your average revenue per user, but may increase churn and regulatory risk. And finally, expand your non-crypto financial literacy and risk management content to make the value less cyclical. Recommendation number 3. Define whether your mining operation is strategic. If not, shrink it, partner with another entity, or exit to stop ongoing losses. Treat your health and wellness segment as a startup with strict milestones: revenue, gross margin, and operating loss. Require each non-core segment to meet explicit performance thresholds by defined dates or be downsized or wound down. And then finally, ensure that your capital and management attention flow first to stabilizing and growing iGenius. Recommendation number 4. And this all pertains to compliance. You should use your SEC settlement as a catalyst to overcorrect on compliance and marketing controls. You should centralize your review of field marketing, social media earnings claims, and lifestyle content. The message should be shifted toward product value and risk discipline rather than aggressive income claims. And then finally, simplify and de-risk product structures to avoid the debacle with Apex and the regulatory issues that ensued. Recommendation number 5. You should pause your non-essential share repurchases until iGenius membership stabilizes and consolidated profitability returns. Reallocate capital to the iGenius product and retention initiatives and selective deleveraging or cash buffers. You should audit your corporate general and administrative costs, align leadership and overhead with the actual revenue mix centered on iGenius. And finally, implement a clear capital allocation framework, that is, minimal regulatory hurdles and timelines for new investments. So the roadmap would look something like this. In the first 90 days, stand up new KPIs, launch onboarding overhaul and downshift tier pilots, freeze non-core expansion. In the next 6 to 12 months, rework compensation, decide on mining whether you're going to fix it or leave, set and enforce wellness milestones. Over the following 12 to 18 months, target stabilization of iGenius at more than 10 to 12,000 average active subscriptions and positive consolidated cash flow. And then finally, track active members, churn number, ARPU, long-term value, segment margins, non-core segment performance, and G&A as a percent of your revenue. What we're going to ask the board to decide on is to endorse a strategic focus on iGenius as the core engine of the company. Approve the milestone-based approach and potential exit paths for the Bitcoin mining and health and wellness segments. Support investment in upgraded compliance infrastructure and commitment to disclose key iGenius KPIs. And then finally, we're asking you to approve a disciplined capital allocation and G&A framework, including pausing buybacks until key targets are met. In all seriousness, iGenius Investview didn't ask me for their advice, nor would I give it to them. Folks, your skills, knowledge, and experience are way too valuable to waste in an MLM. And that's all I got. I'll see you in the next one.